How did you guys get it done, particularly on defense?
I just think that we play relentlessly on defense. I think that we took away a lot of their first reads, with their RPO game, and then it like turns into a scramble, and you just got to hold your coverage. And we are dominant stopping the run. And those guys fly around. I think those guys did a good job of preparing, and that they showed us kind of what we thought they would show us with two quarterbacks and some big splits and some different things. But I think our defense, flies around, and they're playing at a high level, and they fought through some adversity and forced some missed kicks and kept the shutout.
Then Victor Alvarez, he had a big game himself, 5 tackles, and he had a sack, and he did some other great things. What do you have to say about his performance tonight?
Yeah, Vic has been doing a really good job for us, and he's he's a really good practice player right now. So I think that turns into like a good Saturday for him. And, he's dominant on the line of scrimmage, and, he can hold the edge in the run game, and he's really good in the pass rush game. And, I don't think he had a sack or maybe a sack and a half tonight, and he's been good. I think, when you practice at a high level, it gives yourself a better chance to play at a high level. And I think that's what he's doing.
So you had your quarterback, Shea. He came through at different points in the game. What do you have to say about his development?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I think, we were off to a slow start, and I told our team at the end, we're searching for an identity, and, there's just some different situations. With Jack had been the starter to start the game and did a good job. And then, I think Shea got in there at the last part of the first half and really, connected on some plays and really got some momentum and really got some confidence and did some good things. And, there's a lot we've got to look at. There's, it was really disappointing in the first half, seeing the ball on the ground and, not converting and turning the ball over on downs and just sloppy stuff that we can control. And, we're still searching, for an identity. We're playing a bunch of tight ends and trying to figure out who's going to be, in the game. And it was good to see Hunter Vanderpool back, and we had a true freshman in there, and Joe Whirlback was another guy that played. So we're playing a lot of guys on offense right now. And, it kind of just got to the point where I just went with the hot hand at quarterback, and Shea got hot. And then when he wasn't, then I went with Jack. And then if Jack moved the ball and if we scored, then he would get the next series. And we just kind of went with it that way. And, we've got a lot to look at here.
When we look at turnovers, we look at adversity. How are you guys able to overcome that early on? Because both teams made a series of turnovers. So that was
I think it was just a great response from our defense. I think they did a great job, responding to, us playing sloppy, and a lot of the things we control. There was a ball handling mishap. There was an interception that we gave up. There was another fumble, just balls on the ground. It's just inexcusable, and we're going to work on it. We're going to address it. It's not characteristic of a top football team that wants to, that has big goals. So a lot to work on, but really proud of the defense.
And then Marquise Burgess, he came through with some touchdown runs today that really set the pace for the running game. So what do you have to say about his effort?
He was a guy that we wanted to get in the rhythm. And, I think Marquise is such a good practice player. He's such a good physical specimen that, once we get him going, and sometimes you don't get him going to the second quarter, he's strong through the whole game. And, there were some times where we didn't have him in there and he still went for over $150. Really solid runner, obviously very hard to tackle, makes some people miss, has good speed in the open field, did a good job. But I know he wants to be better. And I think he put the ball on the ground like one time, and, I think he broke like 3 tackles and got in the open field, but you can't slip up. So but he's doing a great job, and, we love giving him the rock there. And
what was your vision going into this week, knowing that you guys came off the game against Lindsey Wilson and then you had the bye? What was your mindset, your goal?
The mindset was just come back, be better, shake it off. Because we better than that. We didn't want that. Like my coach say, it's a habit of winning, but if you lose, it could be a habit too. So we wanted to shake that off and come out here today and have a big victory and just keep it back rolling.
And then what could you tell me about your quarterback, Shea, who helped lead the way today?
Shea did an awesome job stepping up, making plays, handling his business. He put the work in at practice, so not surprised.
Now, what would you look forward to going into next week?
Next week, basically just having a good hard practice, focusing on what we got to do on our opponent, just coming out with another victory, and just playing hard, making a statement every game.
There was one play in fact, that you guys had a goal line stand. What do you have to say about how your team was able to respond in that moment to preserve the shutout?
I mean, our defense, we got a bunch of dogs. So like, like I knew that I could put my faith in like the inside linemen, the linebackers to go ahead and like clog any gaps. I was able to go ahead and do my pass rush move. And then I made sure I wheeled back to make sure that I didn't leave a huge gap. And, you know, I made it back and was able to help with the team.
Let's talk about adversity because you guys have gone through that at least a couple of weeks ago against Lindsey Wilson. What did you guys learn from that game in particular?
I mean, you find out what a real team is when they hit adversity. I know that, you know, our offense, we're still trying to, you know, figure things out. And defensively, you know, we have to be there for our offense no matter what. At the end of the day, we lean on each other. We're a big family. So Lindsey Wilson did teach us a lot, and like, you know, in a way where we had to, you know, truly trust one another. And like, if defense gave up, the score would have been a lot worse.
Your approach to the game, you've always had like a humble approach to it. How do you remain centered regardless of what goes on, good, bad, or ugly?
I mean, I love the, you know, the game as a whole. like, you know, honestly, I just, you know, I'm happy for my boys. Like, you know, I just want us to, you know, win, succeed. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a, you know, the typical saying, there's no I in team. You know, we're a family. We die together in practice. So it's like, you know, we're for life type stuff. So I don't really, you know, I don't really like feel as if I need to, you know, be very selfish in anything. You know, at the end of the day, we all want to win. You know, we're all going to do what we have to do. You know, lay our, you know, bodies out on the line in order to do so.